What's good YouTube? How's everyone doing? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another reaction video. If you're new here for the first time, my name is TMR, and since you clicked on this video, you might as well subscribe to this YouTube channel and make sure you click that notification bell. Leave your comments down below and enjoy this reaction video. What's good YouTube? What's good, TMR gang? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another live reaction video. You have just entered the Break Room Chronicles. So breaks on only 15 minutes with y'all over here. We break for 1 damn hour. Welcome back to the break room, you guys. Thank y'all so much for stopping what you're doing and meet me over here in the damn break room. Happy Friday to each and every one of y'all. I hope you guys are feeling good and doing great. And again, thank y'all so much for stopping what you were doing and meet me over here in the damn break room, y'all. Oh, boy. Okay, so y'all see the title and y'all see the thumbnail. And this has definitely been a developing story, I don't know, since last year, okay? If you don't know what I'm talking about, okay, if you follow My Jazzy Life, okay, you know that My Jazzy Life has had some tussles over the past few years with baby mothers of the men that she has children with. A few years ago, she unearthed Philip. Her baby daddy, Philip, she unearthed one of his baby mothers, because he has several, y'all. She unearthed one of his baby mothers, and her name was, Asia, okay? And we saw Jasmine tussling with Asia on YouTube, okay? And then more recently, okay, she has now unearthed her new boyfriend, her new baby daddy, Chris, okay, his baby mother, Medusa Gotti, I think it is, Medusa Gotti, okay? So she has a channel. And last year she came out basically telling her story of her and Chris, and she left the story, she left the story a little, a lot of little loose ends, okay? Most memorable of those loose ends was the tablet debacle. But after the last couple of days, more so today, with videos that she dropped on her channel, child didn't care about the tablet anymore. The tablet is a mute conversation to me. I could care less what's on the tablet, okay? Because the tea that she dropped today trumps the tablet, in my opinion, okay? It doesn't even matter, all right? So now Medusa is out here telling her story, okay? Now she's actually telling the story. She's actually telling the story that we really wanted to know. And oh, Ashley, I'm sorry. I had to stop and read what you said. Like, quit my job. What? Yeah, no. Ashley, you're a mess, girl. Hey, our family, our journey. What's good, sis? Jasmine has been very quiet today, and based off the information that Medusa dropped today, she really needs to be quiet. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If you have not been over there, who really stole the show for me was LaKenya. LaKenya is Chris's first baby mother. If you've been following this story, LaKenya is the first baby mother of Chris, is his set of twin boys. It was the conversation with LaKenya and Medusa that spanned for over a few years, okay? She put up messages that started all the way back in 2017, okay? It seemed like they were messaging on Facebook Messenger, okay? She started all back. So Medusa has definitely been looking for Chris. Okay, he's been very hard to find. All right, and she went to the what she felt was the closest thing. I think the only thing she really has was Medusa. Okay, because y'all know Chris's mother is deceased. He has no relationship with his father, and I don't think Medusa is really close with Chris's family at all. I don't. She probably barely even. I don't even think she knows the people because the person that she reached out to get to try to get a hold of Chris was his baby mother, not his aunt, his cousin, sister. No, none of those people, because I don't think she really knows those people. Okay, she reached out to LaKenya, and honey, LaKenya spared none. Okay, she spared none to give her all the tea. Okay. Now for the we're gonna talk about LaKenya's part in this in just a few moments. But Chris don't have family. He has family. I don't think Jasmine is privileged to all of them. He just let her be privileged to the ones he want her to be privileged to. But he definitely does have family. I know he has a sister that came over for pool parties and barbecues and things of that nature. But we're not going to, and I know I feel like Medusa was waiting to drop the tea until she made sure it was okay with LaKenya. Oh yeah, she definitely had to make sure it was okay with LaKenya because LaKenya is her ace in the hole. Now I don't know how reliable LaKenya is going to be now because now Chris know who the mole is. Okay, he probably already knew who the mole was, but he definitely knows now LaKenya is the mole, honey. So I don't know, but I felt like I learned a lot from both her videos. Me personally, if Medusa would have dropped what she dropped today a year ago, yeah, it would have been over a year ago. Okay, I don't know if she strategically did it like this or what her plan was, but all the conversation that she's been having, me personally, the two videos today that she dropped told a whole different story. And the funny thing about it was what we read in those text messages, and we're going to take a look at those in just a few moments. Before we do that, I need y'all to make sure you do what? I need y'all to hit the like button. Okay. I need y'all to do that. I need y'all to hit the like button. I also need you to hit the subscribe button, but a lot of you guys are already subscribed to this channel. Okay. But I definitely need y'all to clock in. You do that by hitting the like button. All right. Because I really feel like we got about 400 people in the chat, what, 356 or so in the chat. We should have at the minimum 300 likes because it's gonna be a couple of y'all, 60 of y'all that don't even give a damn. Okay, but about 300 of y'all definitely feel like y'all do got y'all notifications on. Y'all knew TMR was going live because you were notified. So I need y'all to hit that like button expeditiously. All right. So history repeating itself. He does not share his private family info with none of the women he gets involved with. Well, that's not true, Reppin. LaKenya, he can't do nothing but share his private information, family information with LaKenya, because you got to remember, LaKenya was messing around with Chris in high school, okay? So out of all the women, Jasmine, LaKenya, and Medusa, LaKenya is the only one that knew who Chris's mother was. She actually met Chris's mother because she was dealing with Chris back when she was in high school, and Chris's mother was alive at that time, okay? So LaKenya, out of all of them, she's the one. Me personally, I think LaKenya is the one that is able to find out what these different jobs that he's at and where he's living at. Because more than likely, since LaKenya's been in the family for so long, because the boys are like 12, 13 years old. So she's been in that family for a long time, right? So she definitely knows cousins, aunts, and uncles, and she definitely knows those people because again, she was dating Chris way back in the day when they were in high school. Um, let's go ahead and get okay. I want to make sure all you guys are clocked in. Welcome everybody to the live. Thank y'all so much for being here. And we're gonna get right into it. So we're gonna go back a little bit. All right. So we're gonna go back a little bit. Y'all know TMR, she like to slow walk it, okay? Because I need y'all to really understand where I'm coming from, my conversation, okay? So I'm not gonna show you every text message that was shown because the way Medusa did it, it was going really fast. You had to kind of like stop it, push pause, blow it up. She definitely the second messages that she uploaded to the internet as a premiere was she did it a little better, but that first one, honey, it was going so fast. I had to watch the video twice. But what I found very interesting, and again, what we always felt like with Chris and Jasmine, is they definitely, to us, didn't have what we would think a very romantical type relationship, right? Y'all know a lot of us felt like they had a bromance instead of an actual romance, okay? And how we figured that out was this right here. Uh-oh, not that one. So right here, Chris, this is the text message between Chris and Medusa. This was back in like 2021, I think it was, or 2020. I think it was 2020. 2020 or 2021, kind of around in that time, okay? Because I believe that's right around the time. I think she moved to Houston in 2020. Now, Medusa said the reason why she moved to Houston is because she already had friends and stuff, people that she knew. And that's where she decided to move to. But in here, Chris is talking to Medusa, and they're trying to arrange transportation, okay? They're trying to arrange transportation and where their meeting point was going to be at. So I'm not going to show you the message before this one, but I'll explain to you why this message reads like this. The message before this one, again, they were trying to coordinate time, and Medusa was telling him she had some type of event to go. And the time that they were saying, she felt like it really wasn't going to work for her. So then Chris replies back and says, so get up in the morning. And let's meet then. Okay. Cause he said, so get up in the morning and meet. And then he says, my fam has to pick her kids up from school around noon. Now, let me read that one more time. He's telling her, so just get up in the morning and we'll meet. My fam has to pick her kids up from school around noon. So then she said, okay, why can't we meet after she gets her kids from school? I don't have my car out here. I got to ship it, so I have to use a car to meet you, and I can get the car after noon. So in this message, Chris refers to Jasmine as his fam. Now, at first I said, well, maybe that was a typo. Maybe he meant to type something else. I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. But then she showed this one. And where he asks for the address. And so she drops the Addy. And then he says, I'm talking to my fam now. So it's like, I said, oh, well, ho, whoa, ho. So this ain't no typo. Because you've typed this not once, but twice in these messages. So Jasmine is your fam? Now, mind you guys, around this time, Jasmine was actually pregnant with the legendary at this time. Okay? Now, we know people have a different way of expressing themselves, and we've heard Chris talk. And he'll say fam and stuff like that, but he also told Medusa, we heard her in a video she did the other day, that when she asked about the vehicle, or she asked about when he came the first time, he told her that the car that he was driving, the Mountaineer, was his cousin's car. Well, now he's in the DMs messaging her back and forth, and he's referencing Jasmine as fam. Why wouldn't he address her as girlfriend? Why wouldn't he say my fiance, my girlfriend, my girl? Let me talk to my girl. Because then again, why are you camouflaging to Medusa the relationship with you and Jasmine? Because you and Medusa, y'all not together. Y'all ain't been together in many years. So even the thought of pushing up on Medusa, Chris, he can't be that dumb. He definitely knew he couldn't shoot his shot because his shot was already shot down. Okay? But this is how he's referencing Jasmine. He's calling her fam. Now, we had said this. A lot of us had said that we felt like Chris wasn't really into her like that, because you could just tell by the online chemistry, right? because Chris took a lot of pride in taking jabs at Jasmine, extra jabs, and embarrassing her. But here you are in a private DM, just between you and her. Nobody else is watching. At least at that time. Now everybody watching. And you reference your baby, the woman who's carrying your child, the woman whose car you're driving, the woman that you live with. You're referencing her as your fam. That's what you call your homeboys. Your fam. Oh, that's my fam over there. That's how you talk to your homeboys and your homegirls. Not your woman. Even the thuggish ninja, even the most thugged out ninja is not going to reference his girlfriend as his fam. Even the most thuggish ninja is going to reference his girlfriend as maybe he'll probably say, my girl. Hell, he might even say my bitch. But he definitely not going to call you his fam. Don Chick said she was pregnant with Daria, and the record showed he didn't want her or the baby, and she's his fam. Woo, embarrassing and disrespectful. Very disrespectful. It's only embarrassing, Don Chick, now that the whole internet sees it. But this is a man that she was making lifelong plans with. Y'all know she was troubled with telling Chris that she was pregnant with Legendary, because we saw the messages from Ming, where Ming showed, Chris was not, warm and fuzzy about the idea of Jasmine being pregnant. But this is how this man is referencing Jasmine to Medusa as his fam. I thought to myself, Jasmine, at this point, child, I don't even know how you could excuse this. Sis, he not only did he say it once, he said it twice. So this really how he referenced you. He didn't say it once. He said it twice in these messages. Sorry about that, you guys. So at this point, I just said, well, you know what? I'm not really surprised. I wasn't really shocked because again, the internet already knew this, right? We already knew what the dynamics were without even Jasmine telling us the dynamics, because she put too much emphasis on Chris and what Chris is doing and how Chris is, and that's anytime you gotta overtalk your man, big up him to all your homegirls, says more than likely the nigga ain't shit. He ain't doing nothing. Okay. When you gotta constantly or consistently brag on your man, more than likely, sis, you feeling some type of way because you know that ninja really ain't doing nothing. Okay. But you want your homegirls to think he is. When it's all at the end of the day, you don't have to tell us nothing. The proof is in the pudding. It'll show. If your ninja is really showing up and showing out for you, since you ain't got to tell us a damn thing, it's gonna show. And unfortunately for Jasmine, Chris's fam, okay, well, maybe he does feel like they're family because they're all living in the same house together. But my God, man, that woman at the time was pregnant with your baby. You living up in her house, eating up all her damn food. And you're on your DMs with your other baby mama, referencing my fam. You didn't have enough respect to even say, let me check with my girl real quick. Or anything like your fam. I said, oh my God. Now, y'all, this was like 2 years ago. So maybe they have graduated from fam, and maybe he just says now family. Maybe he's put the ILY at the end of fam, and he now references her as family instead of just fam. I don't know. Okay. Let me get over here to y'all comments. Like she's the homeboy. My girl, it ain't hard. No, it's not hard Jazz has zero self-esteem. And you know what? It's unfortunate for her. But y'all, there's a whole bunch of Jasmines out there like that. You know? Like I said before, I believe Jasmine is just content with the fact that there's a man in the building. I don't think Jasmine really has too many standards. I mean, my God, we saw Philip, right? So I don't think she really has too many standards when it comes to a man. Just as long as somebody is in that house with her and not leaving her home alone with those children all day, I think sis is happy and content. I really do. But something that I realized as watching Medusa's video, a lot of you guys were going with the narrative that Chris and LaKenya is still tiptoeing in the tulips. And I always felt like that wasn't true. I just really did, because think about it, y'all. Chris is not the type of guy that a woman would even allow him to get away with something like that. Like, Chris is not the type of guy that can let another woman know, hey, I got a whole woman at the house. We do YouTube, but you still my boo thing on the side, right? Yeah, Chris, he don't got that type of swag, with, in my opinion, where he can even command, unless he got a whole dingbat over there like Jasmine. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Basically, what I saw in these text messages, as far as hold on, you guys. Basically, what I saw is that LaKenya, Jasmine, and Medusa, in my opinion, all was cuckoo for this ninja. The reason why Medusa, in my opinion, the reason why Chris does Medusa, or is have done Medusa like he did in the past, where he literally went dormant for so many years, because y'all got to think about it. If y'all remember the story that Medusa told us about her and Chris's relationship, when she met Chris like Splash the Dime, right, sis? She met Chris like on a humbug. She was at a party, he was there. You know, Chris was down in California playing ball, from what he said. I believe wherever he was living at, he couldn't live there anymore. He met Medusa, hollered at her, needed a place to stay, knew she had a car, a job in her own place, and he slid on up in there. Medusa was a convenience for Chris. Now, LaKenya, he actually loved LaKenya. Like, they were dealing in high school. He had love for LaKenya. But Medusa and Jasmine were just convenience for him. Like, he needed a place to stay, he needed a car, and those women had that to provide, and they were willing to give that to him. That's why Medusa doesn't really have any ties with Chris. That's why Medusa doesn't know the family, and she got to reach out to LaKenya to get any type of tea, because Chris wasn't really studying Medusa like that. He just like Jasmine. He moved in with Medusa, obviously slept with her, okay, got her pregnant, and he just like, oh well, I got you pregnant, and went on about his business. Now, he hasn't went on about his business with Jasmine, but we know from the messages from Ming that when she found out Jasmine was pregnant, he wasn't happy about that. But that's why Medusa is getting done, or have gotten done, like she's been done in the past, and even now, because Chris was never in love with Medusa. He kind, he liked her. He thought that she was cute, right? He liked her, but he didn't love her like he did LaKenya. He don't even love Jasmine. He liked Jasmine, but he don't love Jasmine. I think after LaKenya, Chris just stopped loving chicks, and he just started dealing with chicks and just getting from them what he could get from them. But that's why Medusa got done like she, was done like that. Is because he never had love for her. Oh, and if you guys remember, if you remember Medusa's story, if not, I'll tell you. Soon after they were dating in California, his mother got sick in Texas, and he wanted to go back to Texas. So he convinced Medusa to go back to Texas with him, not because he didn't want to leave her side, it's because he didn't know the situation with LaKenya in Texas, but he knew Medusa was the ace in the hole, right? She had money, she had a job, she had a car, and she would do whatever and Medusa was willing to do whatever he asked her to do. Hence the reason how he was able to convince her to go cross country with him from California to Texas, where she knew absolutely nobody. She even told us she felt very alone and ostracized when she was there. And soon after she got there, matter of fact, she said the day they got to Texas, that's the day his mom passed away. And soon after they got to Texas is when she found out she was pregnant, and she ended up going back to California. And if y'all notice, Chris didn't follow her because his mission was just to get back to Texas. And she served that purpose. She ended up getting pregnant in the meanwhile, but she got pregnant. But his mission was to get back to Texas, and that's where he was. Now, what she did with herself, again, this is just my opinion, but what she did with herself was her business. He didn't go chasing her. They went 8 years, and he didn't even see the little girl. Didn't even see her. Didn't even attempt. He made no attempt, or let's say this, no successful attempt to even make it back to California to even see his child. Right, Medusa was dropping them off to LaKenya so he could watch the twins overnight. So he was making sure LaKenya could go to work and take care of her new babies. But you went 8 years without seeing your daughter. You let LaKenya go, you let Medusa go all the way back to California to fend for herself with your baby in her belly, and you went a whole 8 years without even seeing a girl. But you had, when Medusa was in Texas with you, you had Medusa dropping you off at LaKenya house so you could babysit her twins overnight. Thank you, Dime Chick. You think the only reason he made the last attempt because the internet was talking? I thought they both went back to Cali before Tablet Gate. Said that Alexis and LaKenya kept having to ask each other if they had his information through you through the years. Okay, I see what you're saying. None of your business. So let's get to the messages, okay? So again, we're gonna just go ahead and just look at some of the messages, not all of them. So like I said, the messages started back in like 2017, okay? And in 2017, she initially reached out to her because she was trying to get in touch with Chris, right? She was trying to put him on child support. I think back in 2017, she may have been a little bit in her feelings. It might have been a little bit of child support, but she also may have been a little, meaning Medusa might have been a little bit in her feelings because, again, this was her first child, and she was all by herself, fending on her own with this baby. So let me get the message up. All right, so trying to make sure I get the right one. All right. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I got them all up here. I think this is the one. Okay. So this message was from I think this was 2021. 2020 or 2021 is around that time. The messages back from 2017 were basically her reaching out to Medusa, reaching out to LaKenya, trying to get information on Chris. One of the messages she referenced, she was like, "Hey, do you have any information on him?" Like, I literally have no information. Like, she didn't have a social security number, she didn't have an address, she didn't have a phone number. She had nothing. She had nothing on the man. And LaKenya was able to provide her with that information. But in this message, it was basically LaKenya telling Medusa that Chris is dating a chick on YouTube, right? So some of the messages were cut off, but at the top it says, in the purple, it says, "Are the videos that bad? LOL. Is he like popular on there or something?" Talking about YouTube. She said, "I regret even having contact with him since I've moved to Texas. He's been a headache." So LaKenya says, "Girl, tell me about it. Honestly, haven't even looked, girl. I think someone trying to be messy and show me. I'm like, I don't give a damn about this bum ninja. He going to, what did she say? He's an even bigger headache in the same city. This is what Chris does. Live off the dumb females that allow him. That's just him. LOL. I don't know if his ass is famous, but it was just a lot of video bashing the girl and him. LOL. So I guess people were sending LaKenya in her DMs videos about Jasmine. So I guess they want to say, well, hey, look at this is Chris's baby mom or girlfriend. The one, if you're letting your boys go over there, this is how Jasmine keep house, or this is the type of person Jasmine is. But at the time, obviously LaKenya didn't care because she had been way over it. So this message right here is what solidified to me that LaKenya hasn't touched Chris in a long time. Like, she's not studying Chris. She's in the comments, in these messages, literally calling Chris a bum ass nigga. Like, she know her baby daddy. She know her baby daddy very well. And like she said, because again, she been knowing Chris since high school. She said, she said, this is what Chris does. Live off of the dumb females that allow him. That's just him. LaKenya, his baby mama, who would know better than the first baby mama that's been knowing the boy since he was 15, 16, 17 years old? Who would know better? But this right here, I always felt like LaKenya wasn't letting Chris come over there and touch on her like that anymore. Like, she'd been over Chris. That girl more than likely is obviously gone with her life. But this right here, it was a prime example. The internet knew this already. These messages just came out today. But you guys, we've been saying this about Chris since the words say go. And see, this is why people don't like Chris. They don't like Chris because, again, people feel that he's a bum, right? You can just tell. But also, number two, people don't like Chris for Jasmine. Because Jasmine has children over there, right? If Jasmine didn't have any children and she was on YouTube vlogging her life minus the kids, people wouldn't say a word. They could care less who she had over there, as long as the man wouldn't, But the fact that she has kids and he appears to be a bum, like, basically from those messages, I could tell from those messages that Medusa put out from 2017 up to like 2021, Chris will work a job. Okay. Back in like 2017, around that time, 2018, between 2017 and 2019, somewhere around that time, he was working for the Texas Department of something, some type of juvenile center through the Texas Department of Safety. Okay. So Chris will get a job. The only thing I gather from reading the text messages, he doesn't keep the jobs long. Like, he job hops. Like, he keeps a job long enough to get like 2 paychecks, and then he goes and he's without a job for a few months. I mean, we could tell that from the time he's been with Jasmine. He's had jobs with Jasmine, but he's had like not the same job. He's had several jobs. And that's how you could tell that he is like that. You could tell throughout all these text messages, it was Bobby about 3 or 4 different jobs within the time span of 2017 to 2021 that she knew of where he was working at. And LaKenya has child support on him too. But she's kind of over it because he won't keep a consistent job. Chris works long enough. Like I told you the other day, he gives me day labor vibes. He works long enough to get like a check or two, and that's it. And that's the thing. Jasmine has came on this internet telling us Chris got 2 jobs. Girl, the man can barely hold down 1 job, and that's per his baby mama. That's not just gossip on the internet. That's his whole baby mama confirming that. He can barely hold 1 job, but you get on this internet and say the man got 2. Okay, girl. So then the next message is this one right here. So this one right here says, she at the top, LaKenya was saying, same. I don't care what or who kids he's taking care of. It's been 9 years. I've moved on, and one would hope he has too. I don't want anything to do with this either. I told him he needs to dead the shit. However, the F it may be, it needs to be ended. So, and Medusa said facts. So this was in January of 2021. She said, Chris works at LA Fitness in Austin as an assistant manager. If you needed to relay that info to child support, I've already have reported it. He wanted to reach out to see if you would be interested in getting the boys and their sister together. Planning a trip to Houston the next couple of weeks. Didn't want to be there and not try to coordinate something with you. So I guess she was saying, I guess LaKenya was going to go to Houston, wanted to hook up with her so the boys could meet with their sister. But y'all remember the video or the pictures that were going around when Jasmine put that picture on her Instagram where Chris had on like a tie and it looked like he worked like at a hotel. Well, maybe that's when he was working at LA Fitness. Okay, because she said assistant manager, but I don't know if LA Fitness you would have to dress like that in a shirt and tie. I mean, it's a gym. Why would you have to come like that, even as an assistant manager? And then there's also another message where LaKenya says that he was working at 7-Eleven. Okay, yeah, 7-Eleven. She said, dog, this nigga was at 7-Eleven when he moved back. Honestly, I don't think he's working anymore. He would never say. So she said when he moved back, he was working at 7-Eleven. So again, like I said, basically what all these messages told me is what the internet had already said. You know, the internet is undefeated. Y'all had cracked the code on that man from the very first time we met him when Jasmine had on the yellow down romper. Y'all cracked the code on that man a long time ago, okay? We could see it from a mile away. I knew Chris wasn't working consistently when Jasmine was in her apartment and she would do vlogs and Chris was taking the kids to the bus stop, but he was taking the kids to the bus stop in her car. So it's obvious you wasn't going to no job because why you driving her car? Or if you were going to a job, then you don't have a car. That's why you driving her car. But we know now Chris didn't have a car because in 2020, when he was meeting Medusa to see his daughter, he was driving Jasmine's vehicle. So if he's doing all this working, if he's working 2 jobs, he's working at the Texas Department of Safety, Juvenile Center. He got a job at LA Fitness as assistant manager. He's working at 7-Eleven. He working here and working there. Where was the man's car at? But that's why Jasmine should have been mum's the word when it came to Chris. Because, girl, you know your man wasn't ish. But it was her protecting him. It was her protecting him from the internet when all she had to do was just stop talking about him. Just kept the focus on her and her kids like she did prior to Chris coming. And Jasmine would have been all right. Elizabeth said, as soon as he came to the scene, I knew he was a bum. But Jazz said multiple times Chris has his own car when he moved in. Yeah, no, he didn't. Because if he had his own car, why would he be driving her car to meet Medusa half at the halfway mark from Austin to Houston? Where is his truck? Don't know. I guess it got stole at Colony Loop again. I don't know where the truck is. She hasn't mentioned it, neither has he. It was very obvious, Shay. Working at a gym with that big old booty. Exactly. Well, I guess if he working, he doesn't have time to work out. I guess. Bums attract bums, so they deserve each other. They both are users. Exactly, they definitely are, and that's why Jasmine gets on this internet and panhandles her subscribers because that's what she's accustomed to. And then Chris turns right around and panhandles her for all the work she's done on the internet, panhandling the internet. It's just sad. It's just the same that what we already knew about Chris was proven in those text messages. We already said that Chris was a bum. We already said that we felt like Chris wasn't really into Jazz and like she tried to portray they were. Chris, in my opinion, Chris is not thinking about marrying Jasmine. He says it to Jasmine because he knows that makes Jasmine, like that's what Jasmine wants to hear. But Chris he's just that. He tries to be a smooth operator. Y'all seen in the text messages that he literally couch surfs. He moves from woman to woman to woman, right? And whatever woman allows him to move it. Me personally, when he got with Jasmine, I think he was with a woman right before he got with Jasmine. He was with another woman. KP or KB, excuse me. That's why him and Jazz stay mad at us. We be speaking the truth. Exactly. Like one thing I can tell you about the internet, that's the thing that's why I understand why Jazz is so slow. Like, sis, you got to understand that when you come on the internet, you're talking to the world, sis, and you're talking to several different people who have experienced several different things in life. So a lot of what she be capping about, that's why people be like, girl, you are lying. Like, I realized Jasmine told a lot of lies and a lot of inconsistencies for no reason other than trying to make her man look good. But I can believe that Jasmine will believe anything Chris tells her because she was the same person that back in her old videos when she was with Philip, she would literally come on this camera and tell the world that Philip was going to do clinical trial studies when clearly he wasn't. I mean, obviously, after the fact, we found out what the man was doing for extra money. But she would come on her camera and literally tell the vlog that. Right, T. All she had to do was stop throwing that man in the people's faces. That's all she had to do. But see, Jasmine was so, Jasmine is hard-headed, and she was like, oh, you don't want me to show him? I'm going to show him anyway. You can't tell me what to do. But yeah, Jasmine, I mean, sis, let's be real. Your ninja really ain't all that, okay? So to be quite honest with you, you'd have been better off just, throwing up a thumbnail of Philip. Because in my opinion, shit, it's like it's damn near one and the same. The only difference between Chris and Philip is Chris got less kids than Philip, and that's it. But I think Philip actually cared for Jasmine because they had been together for so long. I personally feel like Chris uses Jasmine as an opportunity, and when he finds something better, when something better comes along, he's going to be out. Like, it seems like that's his MO. Based off what LaKenya said, that's his MO. That's what he do. He's a traveler. A whole bed hopper, exactly. So now we heard Jasmine windmilling in the streets for Chris. We heard Jasmine windmilling in the streets for Libby Pooh. But have we once seen Libby Pooh up here windmilling for Jasmine? No, we haven't. So I'm going to take y'all to a video real quick. We have not heard Libby Pooh come on here one time and address what Medusa doing and how she feel like it's so wrong. Like how Jasmine did when she came up here to talk about Antonisha and Gerard's situation. Y'all remember when Jasmine was washing the dishes for an hour, 10 dishes for 1 hour? Do y'all remember that video? And Jasmine came on here windmilling for Libby Pooh. Olivia has not done one video, one live stream addressing Jasmine and what she got going on. Not one damn time. Not one. She was live twice today, or 3 times. She went live twice on Instagram. Olivia did. And she went live on YouTube. Not one time did she mention anything about Jasmine. And trust me, Olivia is very aware of Medusa and what's going on. Because Libby Pooh stayed in reactors videos. Like, she's obsessed with it. She definitely, not one time has she dedicated any live stream, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 3 minutes of a live stream to address Jasmine. And Jasmine was in her chat today on YouTube. Not one time did she address it. Not one time. So we go ahead and pull that video up for you guys. Give me one moment.
It's that simple. And I was she doing all this unpacking and stuff. Why would she on these live streams? She should not have to go through all that, bro. Stuff like this happen.
Jasmine said she wished Libby Pooh was on the live stream. Jasmine said, "I'm over here windmilling for you, girl, and you don't even you not notification gang. You didn't get the notification that I was live, and I'm over here windmilling for you, sis. Not one time at all this week has Olivia addressed Jasmine's situation with her baby daddy. And you know, Libby Pooh and Chris supposed to be cool. They supposed to be homeboy and homegirls. Not one time has Olivia addressed any of it.
Happened firsthand, and I hate that she's going through it. Like, real shit. She deserves to be able to parent. She deserves to be able to go to. The girlfriend don't like each other or not. Tell him, where's he at? Get him, pull him back from over there, because he's gonna pull my rocks down. She deserves to see her kids. I'm doing good, girl. Not now, Kevin. I'm doing so good. So good, so good. Probably won't understand until it happens to them. People want to, yeah. Like I said, I've seen this shit happen firsthand. Not me, like in particular, but I've seen it before. And I hate what she's going through. That shit really, it's just not cool. And I'm saying,
you hate what Libby Pooh is going through. What is she going through? Whatever she's going through is self-inflicted. But at the end of the day, you get on here, my point, you're inserting yourself in Libby's drama. Olivia is nowhere to be found because Chrissy's name wasn't mentioned. If Chrissy's name was mentioned in any of these live streams Jasmine has done in the past couple of days, Olivia would have been front and center. Because Chrissy's name wasn't mentioned, she's aborted mission. Okay? But she's on here windmilling for Olivia, but Olivia is nowhere to be found for her. But you got all this stuff going on, talking about what you think need to be going on. Again, you take Jasmine gets one-sided information, right? She got Olivia's side, which I understand. Olivia's her friend, so I understand you listening to Olivia. But that's the thing with Chris. You're listening to everything Chris is saying when both of these baby mamas, we just seen messages between LaKenya and Medusa. Both of these women have no reason to lie on Chris. Hell, Medusa was trying to track the man down on record from text messages since 2017. She trying to track this man down. I'm pretty sure at some point LaKenya said, Medusa trying to find you, or whatever Medusa's real name is. Medusa looking for you. She trying to, get in contact with you so you can talk to your daughter. Honey, Chris paid that no damn mind. And trust me, when Chris leaves Jasmine, she's going to be right in line with Medusa and LaKenya. Calling LaKenya, trying to see if she's heard from Chris. Watch to see what it tells you.
Because I've seen like my mom go through certain situations in her past marriage and stuff. So I've seen stuff. She ain't got to get on here and explain shit. She ain't got to tell anybody anything. Aiden, no. That's a hard ball. No.
See, this live was an hour and 7 minutes long. I'm starting to get anxiety because this is the live where she ran that water for a whole damn hour and washed 10 dishes. Oh, Lord. Okay. But for about 10, 15 minutes, because I don't think she started talking about Olivia at the beginning. I don't remember. I didn't go all the way back. But I think she started around the 10-minute mark. And she talked to about the 25, 30-minute mark about Olivia's situation. So she took up 15, 20 minutes of her time talking about Olivia. And Olivia, now obviously Olivia got a lot going on right now. Sis over there in the courthouse, and it's a whole debacle. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But she ain't took the time for her bestie. Now, Jasmine, you was out here your man was out here getting exposed today in DMs. Old ass text messages from 6-7 years ago. But you sitting in Olivia's chat talking about, hey girl. You ain't came up here not one time to debunk these messages.
All you go outside with it. Exactly. I don't wish that pain on nobody. Nobody. And honestly, what's her name? I don't even know the girl name. I forgot. It would show so much growth in that woman that she's with. If she personally took the time, and if she personally knew that, he was being not letting her see kids, if she would personally take the time and message Olivia and say, hey, I know you got problems going on, but let me help you see your kids. Man, that'd be some growth.
That would be some growth. Girl, you need to tell that baby daddy over there of yours to grow up and take care of his responsibility as a man. He got a whole daughter over there that he's mission impossible with. And it seems like he go see them boys when he feel like it. It's a clear indication, y'all, that he's not really doing for any of those kids. Think about it, y'all. Where's the Christmas video that you said that Chris was going to put on the extra Jazz and Chris to show what he got his kids for Christmas? Child, it's January the 7th. We ain't seen that video yet. Christmas was damn near 3 weeks ago. We ain't seen, but we seen her Christmas videos of what she said her and Chris got for our kids. We seen that video. I know he's not doing, if he's not doing anything for his only daughter and half-ass doing for his twin boys, and those kids been here way longer than Legend, he ain't doing anything for Legend. I mean, hell, the last time we see him do anything with our eyes is when did they go to Burlington and the kids' Foot Locker? Child, that was like 6 months ago. We ain't seen no shopping video with him and Jasmine and the kids since. Hell, he couldn't even buy a car seat. And it appears that he didn't even buy any of the baby stuff. The subscribers did, and her mama. So I'm not shocked. And that's what people were saying. I'm not shocked. Because especially seeing that he don't do for them other kids, why would he trip all over his feet for Legend when he ain't tripping all over his feet for the other 3 kids? But that's the thing, Jasmine. You knew your ninja wasn't itch, just like you knew Philip wasn't itch. Okay, you knew Philip wasn't itch, but you try to masquerade it for the people, right? girl, you know Chris ain't doing what you say he doing. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You can just tell. All right, let me get her off the screen because them arms, my goodness. All right. She need to start doing handstand. Why Jazz unfollow LaKenya? Because she mad at LaKenya. Because she don't like the fact that LaKenya was talking about her baby daddy. Well, at the end of the day, Jasmine, ma'am, that's LaKenya baby daddy too. Like I said, Medusa has every right to speak on Chris. That's her baby daddy. Jasmine, you can't tell Medusa to be quiet. Why she gotta be quiet? Cause trust and believe, when Chris do you the same way he's done them, you'll be on here telling your damn story too. Okay? So she doesn't have, in my opinion, she don't have the right to tell LaKenya, Medusa to be quiet because they have their experiences with that man and they have the right to speak. Now, LaKenya hasn't publicly talked about it, but Medusa has, because it sounds like Medusa definitely got the short end of the stick. Hell, she got to call LaKenya his baby mama just to try to find him. She can't even reach out to a family member because she don't know none of them. But just like Chris said, his dad didn't think enough to bring Chris around his dad's family so they could get to know Chris. I guess he felt the same way about his daughter. And that's messed up because Chris sat on this camera the other day and showed a lot of emotion about basically being fatherless. He showed a lot of emotion at 35 years old about his dad not being in his life. So why would you turn around and do that to your own damn children, especially your daughter? That's a girl. So Medusa had to move to Texas just in order for you to be a half-ass dad? But even with that, financially, you ain't done nothing. But with me, Medusa, since I'm looking at you sideways, because all this tracking down that you did for Chris from 2017 up until today's current date, all this tracking down, since not one time did you make a trip to the damn courthouse. You calling the LaKenya to get tea, but the tea does you no good because you ain't never took it to the courthouse. You ain't made a case nowhere. So what was the purpose of calling LaKenya other than just to gossip with her? When you had no intentions of doing anything because you haven't done anything. The little girl's 10, going on 11. You still ain't put the boy on child support. Even if you feel like it's not worth your time, it definitely is worth your time because it sounds like he will work a job for a week or two. He probably got somebody to do his taxes and make like he's self-employed. Get some of that tax money, sis. Chris probably didn't get no stimmy because y'all know with that stimmy, they were snatching if you owed child support. So Chris wasn't getting no stimmy either. Oh my goodness gracious, Jasmine. You over there doing everything. And Chris living comfy cozy. Right, Keys? Chris over there living comfy cozy. She didn't even know his social and gives whole baby with it. Girl didn't know the man's social security number got a whole baby with him. Didn't even know it. Didn't even know it. Honey, okay. Stop trying to do it all alone. You didn't make the kids alone. Exactly. Giving the men the passes, but the women get none. Okay? So even with her getting monetized on YouTube, still, sis, that has nothing to do with the fact that you don't have an active child support order. Chris can go out here and go to the gas station in Jazz's van and go buy a $5 scratch off and hit for $50,000. Medusa won't get a dime of that $50,000 because she does not have an active child support order. Chris can go out here and go get on a job for one day and break his leg and get on disability. You can't get a dime because, again, you don't have an active child support order. I don't understand why the men, why they letting this man get Scott. See, that's why Chris got this big head. That's why when LaKenya said Let's go to the message where she said, she said, this is Chris's MO. He lives off the dumb females. Well, that's why, sis. That's why he gets to live off the dumb females, because y'all baby mamas, these baby mamas of his, y'all allowing that man to get away with murder. So that's why he get to do everybody else like that, because he like, well, damn, if my baby mamas ain't applying pressure, I guess nobody is. Or nobody will. Okay? Yeah, she probably will let Chris claim legend this year. Because Jasmine, she's equal opportunity over there. If she don't get but a few dollars, it's worth it. It's his obligation. Exactly. Chris needs to pick up his check and see a deduction on there that says child support, like every other man out here and woman that's not paying child support. Because y'all, we can't hang Olivia out to dry about not paying child support and don't say nothing to Chris. Like if we can talk about Libby Pooh not paying child support, we damn sure can talk about Chris not paying it. Yeah, he's gonna claim dairy on his taxes. They should have been blowing Chris cover to these women. But at the end of the day, even with all this being said, it's not gonna make Jasmine change her mind, because honey, Jasmine's locked in, honey. She got that baby over there with that man. He done told her 1 or 2 times that he might marry her. So Jasmine is locked in over there. Fam is giving me for my man vibes. I swear I bet not see this girl on TV one baby. Okay. That's why Chris worked last year. He knows he's claiming legendary. That's the only reason he's going to get that truck back. Oh my goodness. Well, I don't think by the time he try to get that truck back, it'd probably be already on the auction and sold to somebody else. Chris gonna have to go get him a whole new vehicle. But ain't no sense in you keep going to get vehicles and can't pay to keep them. Ain't no switching up. I've been there. Lisa plus 3 said, I've been there, and when they move in job to job or number, it's hard to find them. And why don't and they don't file taxes? My son still owes child support, and it's over 500K. But he was well taken care of. Yeah, it is hard, Lisa. It is hard. But now with modern technology, these child support agencies, they can do a skip trace on these guys and these women both. Because men and women both have to pay child support if they're not in sole custody of the children. So it is hard, but I mean, that's what you pay you as a taxpayer, that's what you pay your taxes for. So let the state do their job. I'm gonna go down there and I'm gonna give you the information that I may know. I'm gonna give you as much as I can, and I'm gonna need y'all to do y'all job. And that's it, and that's all. Because again, you can't cry about what the man don't do for the child when you're not applying pressure to ensure that the man does something for the child. I wonder if the little girl Paris even has Chris's last name. I wonder if she even had him sign the birth certificate. It's the principal ID file, child support, regardless. Don't care if he pay or not. Right, Giant Chick. Yeah, he got to pay, honey. Now, if he choose not to pay, that's on. If I got to be responsible, you got to be responsible. It's just that simple. Now, LaKenya, she's just like, honey, I work. If he pay, he pay. If he don't, he don't. But one thing about LaKenya, she already has the order in effect. Medusa don't have nothing. So that's what I'm saying. Why she up here doing videos, sis, fill out your paperwork and get that man on child support. Just like when Jasmine was talking in that live the other day, when she was claiming that Chris pays child support. How, sis, when he don't work a regular job? Y'all remember this live when she was saying that Chris was paying child support? And she didn't say it in this live. She said in the other live, she said she was encouraging Chris to do YouTube videos. So for the money that comes out of his check can be replaced with the YouTube coin, even if it's just a couple of $100. Okay? it doesn't even sound like Chris even works a job long enough for child support to catch up to him. However, he would still be on there, and I would just let the state do what they got to do. I wouldn't lose any sleep over worrying if the state's ever going to catch him, but I would make sure I had my order in effect. I would feel some kind of way too to see him. They're kissing and hugging on Fam's kids. Not Fam. Yeah, yeah. Well, y'all know that she called herself Jazzy Fam. Okay, and she calls herself Jazzy. But y'all, that is so embarrassing. This man that's jumping up and down in you, they put a whole baby up in you. On here on the DMs, telling his other baby mama reference you as Fam. It's bad enough he said it was his cousin's car. Now that was hearsay because we heard her. Medusa told us that's what he said. But child, we seen out of his own handwrite, or not handwrite, but his own text message. He wasn't coerced to text that. His own text message, not once but twice, referred to Jasmine as Fam. I said, girl, at this point, Jasmine, just throw the whole damn channel away, man. But I blame Jasmine for that. Because when we told you to keep that ninja off the camera, that's what you should have did. See, that's what I'm saying. They talk about the reactors, but we be giving them good information. They think we haters. Since we were trying to help you. We was trying to help you. We told you, Jasmine, keep X-Nay on the nigga over there, sis. We told you to keep him off the camera. Girl, you done went and did a whole damn channel with the man. Talk about extra Jazz and Chris. We told you. You don't like to see that Jasmine probably y'all. She don't like to listen. The people told her, girl, we tired of seeing Chris. You guys just don't want me with anybody. No, sis, we don't want you with him. Okay? Yes, sister, we told Jasmine. We told Jasmine long time ago. Get him off the camera, sis. What she do? She go do a channel with his name on it. Well, okay, well, you kept on. See, that's what happened when you poke a sleeping bear, sis. Eventually, it'll wake up. So Medusa woke up. She said, oh, you want to play with me? Okay. Well, let's play. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, we did. We told her to keep that man off the camera, and she couldn't. She wouldn't. We're not saying that you can't have him up in that house, because sis, if that's what you want to do, that's your business. But again, for your channel's sake, it just wasn't a good deed. Now, again, people will say, y'all got to remember now, we Medusa put this information out here. Child, we just like any other citizen on the YouTube streets. Child, we went to see what the tea was, and we found out finally. My God, because Medusa was losing me. She probably, can y'all imagine Chris when he talking to his homeboys? He's referencing Jasmine as Fam to his homeboys. Oh my goodness, Jasmine, you poor thing. You poor thing. I wish a ninja would. That I'm letting jump up inside me, call me his damn fam. Right, LaToy? Yeah, right, exactly, sister. Kill his character off at this point. She should be embarrassed, Jasmine Sky, but she's not. Okay, because Jasmine's gonna feel like we are making this bigger than what it is. I mean, sis, if you think your man 2 years ago when you were pregnant with his child told his baby mama that you reference you as his fam, not once but twice. Since if you feel like we're over exaggerating, then okay, then we are. Okay, yeah, I think so. I think so, our family. It was a 7-Eleven for me up there making $8-9 an hour with 3 daggone kids. I said, oh my goodness, the kissing cousins. Isn't that something? But you know what? Not I'm just going to say this, and you guys can take it how you want to. But Chrissy kind of told us without telling us that Chris wasn't ish. She told us that. Chrissy told us without actually telling us that Chris wasn't ish. You know, even though Jasmine was really trying to air Chrissy out, Chrissy for whatever reason wasn't really trying to air Jasmine like that because Chrissy knew Chrissy knew if that man was working or not because Jasmine couldn't really lie to Chrissy because Chrissy was on the phone with her every day, so she couldn't really lie to her like that. We don't need her to tell us though. We already knew. My goodness gracious. You said the moon got to be full, Yanni? Yeah, exactly, sis. Yeah, Chrissy did tell us. She told us that Chris wasn't ish. But Chrissy couldn't really speak like that because she knew Rod wasn't ish either. So you can't really be talking about somebody else's man ain't ish when your man ain't ish either. Okay? I'm just looking at you guys' comments, trying to make sure I catch them all. We knew he ain't had no job smoking. Yeah, we knew. We knew. But, like, here's the thing, y'all. Jasmine's just that type. She's just happy that a man is spending time with her. That's just my opinion. Because you would think, after all Philip put her through, you would think at some point Jasmine would want to level up with the type of man that she would allow to spend time with her. You would think that. And so, how you go from Philip to Chris, sis? Like, I don't think you did any better. The only thing that she did better was Chris has less children than Philip, but that was it. I don't think you did any better. At least Philip would go try to have his own car before he went to prison or jail. Then he went to prison, but before he went to jail, when he went to jail, he left Jasmine his car. I mean, he had no choice but to leave because you can't take your car with you to jail. But he left his car with Jasmine. Chris go to jail tomorrow. He ain't leaving Jasmine with nothing but them bills that's sitting over there on her table. That's it. You say she carrying twins in them arms? Oh my goodness. At least Tommy dressed and had a job. Chris over there with slides on every day. How you working and all you got on is slides every time we see you? Yeah, so it's definitely, hey, Ram, we definitely knew most of us dealt with a Rudy Poot man before. Yeah, exactly. And then it didn't help with her mama coming out here a couple of weeks ago. When Jazz and mama came out here and said Chris was very disrespectful, we was just like, oh, okay, well, you finally speaking up, huh? Well, shit, we been knew that, ma'am. You just not finding out? Like, we been knew that. It's just funny how the internet had already knew. They quick to say that, oh, you guys only see 15 minutes. Well, a lot of times, y'all, 15 minutes is all you need. You don't need a whole bunch of time. 15 minutes is all you need. And as long as we've listened to Chris have conversations with Jasmine longer than 15 minutes, he told his own story without actually telling it. I knew it was something when you would never see. When I go silent, y'all, I'm looking at your comments. I knew it was something when you never see Chris taking Legend and his other boys, and Aiden too, since you live in the house with Aiden, taking all the boys to go play basketball. If y'all noticed that, we never seen that. We never seen that. We never seen Chris take Legend, Aiden, and his two boys to the court, or take them to Chuck E. Cheese, or which Chris boys are older, but anywhere where all the kids can have fun. We never seen that. Even for Legend's birthday, when Chris went to go take the boys home, he didn't have Legend ride in the car with him so he could spend a little more time with his brothers. He put Legend in the car with Jasmine and took the boys on home by himself. Right, sister. Yeah, we never seen that. We haven't seen Chris with not a birthday gift. Like Jasmine would do videos to show us what she got the kids for back to school. She'll do videos to show us what she got the kids for Christmas. But since you won't show us in a video what Chris got you for birthday, Valentine's Day, Christmas, nothing, sis. Like literally all of 2022, you didn't show us anything but that the fact that y'all went out to eat and that's it. And like that's sad that that girl really feels like she don't deserve to be wined and dined and showered. Shit, at least on holidays, special occasions like your birthday, Valentine's Day, Christmas, since you don't feel like you deserved that. Like, why did Chris get to keep whatever little coin, twos and fews he got in his pocket? Why he get to keep all his money in his pocket, but you spending all yours? Because he out there being a cheat. Tim, I imagine he over here fantasizing about new furniture, Rams a 2-story house, and his baby think he's over there dead. It's funny but sad. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, his daughter thought that the man was dead. The Paris, which is Chris's daughter, had mentioned to her mother what asked if her father was dead because like she had no communication with him. None whatsoever. And even after they fell out 2 years ago about Paris's TikTok video, he still hasn't made any attempt to contact his daughter. Like, even if you mad at the mama, that's the mama. Like, it's already been proven that Medusa will allow the little girl to come visit Chris. Like, it's already been proven. She's already done it. So you so mad at the mama that you're going to take it out on your daughter? But you said in a video 2 weeks ago on a live stream with Jasmine and damn near needed a therapist to come visit you on the live stream when Jasmine mentioned your dad. The man damn near had a nervous breakdown on the live stream talking about his daddy. F him, F him, F him. Like he was going off. Do you want that to be your sons and your daughter 10 years from now? Sitting on a live stream talking about F you and the man they're talking about is you? I don't know. It's weird, y'all. But that's my reaction to it, okay? At this point, I feel like all of them slow. Jasmine slow, LaKenya slow, and Medusa slow. I feel like all of them. Because y'all letting that man get away with way too much. Way too much. Jasmine, you on here selling your damn soul to the internet to provide for your family. And Chris gets to vacation from job to job. He picks up a job when the spirit moves him. Yeah, no. No, ma'am. I don't think so. But at this point, I would just advise her, sis, keep that ninja away from the camera for a minute. Like, we need to calm down because we still trying to revive ourselves from the debacle with your mama. Okay? We still haven't got over. The internet still has not got over that, sis. And now this. Oh, Lord. All right, y'all. That's my time. I'm gone. All right. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Make sure y'all thumbs up the live on your way out the door. And I'll definitely see you guys in the next one. Remember, sub what you love.